And we are live. This is Ted Hicks from LateNightParents.com. Glad to be here once again. Who's here tonight? Looks like Mr. B. Mr. B, what's going on, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you gentlemen doing today? Well, tonight.
Doing well. Doing well. And none other than the grand incredible Tony D.
What's up, man?
Yes, sir.
Tony D is dining on the very best. Tony D, what are you cooking up?
This is leftover mashed sweet potatoes.
Okay.
With some Lowry's on it.
All right. So you got some sweet potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking beforehand because I thought you were talking about sweet potato fries.
Right. And it's personal when you bring sweet potato fries. I'm liable to want to take care of a couple of your problems. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my goodness. Tonight's episode is What Happened to Tony?
Yo.
Here we go.
Here we go. So let's get started. It is Black History Month. Show much respect. We will have little vignettes during the week, during the month, and well, we usually do it all during the year. But I guess the first thing we'll jump into is Groundhog Day, and Tom Brady retires again. Puxatawny Phil saw his shadow. So supposedly, in theory, 6 more weeks of cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, you are in the South. Joe and I are in the North. And this weekend, I heard Joe single digits this weekend. 7 degrees.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're ready for that or not, but supposedly 6 more weeks of winter. I don't know. I'll just leave it there. Tom Brady retires again. We saw the video. We won't play it again because you'll probably get blocked on every type of social media channel because, you know, everyone is monetized. Everyone is this, going back and forth. But it was a 50-second video. He's retired again. What are your thoughts? Were you happy? Were you sad? Were you like, about damn time? What did you feel when you saw that video?
Wait until August. I really think they're going to pay him to come back. People are going to lose their mind without Tom Brady in the NFL, especially a lot of his diehards. Not understand it. So I think they're going to find a way to leave him a blank check to come back into the NFL. I'm not even mad at him. My whole thing is, if he's tired, he's tired. I'll definitely tell him, if home needs you, go home. But you know the world wants to see you. But I'll be damned if you haven't given us 2 decades of football, whether we loved you or not.
Right.
And I ain't like it until you got to Tampa Bay. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I actually really didn't like it until I found out your players supported you because you were changing your money up to make sure they got theirs. So I'm going to give you your props on that.
Yeah.
We'll take care of the family for a little bit. Get yourself back healthy. You can do it over the summer. I know it's all that you know, but take time with the kids. And I'll tell you that as a father. There's a lot of athletes out there who miss not being there for their kids. Don't face that regret. That goes to every athlete out there. Seriously.
Mr. B, any thoughts on Tom Brady? If you were able to, I don't know, if you hopped on the elevator with him, anything you would say to him?
If I asked him anything, I'd ask him, was it worth it? That's what I'd ask him. Was
it worth it? He went 8-10, if you include the loss. in the playoffs. You lost your family. You lost your wife.
I was being nice. See how they doing you, Tom? I was being nice.
You
So
seen
I'm
her?
not laughing because of that. I'm like, yo, was it worth it?
Yeah, you seen her reply to his retirement speech?
Yeah.
She asked him. She said she wishes him the best in his future.
She wishes him the
Hey,
best.
come on!
Yo, she wishes him the best in his future.
She was
Wow.
nice.
Tone, come on, man.
Dude, go see the kids.
What's
Spend
that part of and with Thanos? What did it cost you? He's like, everything.
Everything.
It cost you everything.
Yeah, man.
But then Thanos was right. Then Thanos was right.
But tell me this much: after he won that chip with the Bucks,
Get another one.
why didn't get on out of here?
Because they wanted to get another one. Back-to-back champion. You know, there's something with that. You're down there, you want to bring the franchise up. They got a legitimate Super Bowl in a lot of people's eyes. The controversy from the previous one bothers everybody. He wanted another one. He had a team. He's got some age. People got hurt. He played a game. Now, was it worth it? You know he got paid. You know he's been taken care of.
Yeah.
The question is family now.
Right.
You got money, now it's family. That's my whole thing. You take it home for a little bit, man. They'll love to have you around. Trust me. I keep my boys close.
Respect.
And they'll know it more than anything. So do that, please. That's man to man. You play football. We good. People gonna listen to you talk. You can podcast football, and you're gonna have NFL numbers.
So his next career, just like this, he retires, and everyone starts talking about his next career. 10-year deal, $375 million, guaranteed to call football games for Fox Sports. I think it's much more when they pay you almost $500 million. You know, I'm thinking he's going to be in, back office deals, more on the corporate side, on the business side. He has that waiting for him.
Can we work security? Since you can stretch your contract, make sure people get money, can we work security somewhere? Can we get paid to sit in the audience? I'll drink my coffee. That's $40 million a year. He's making that Roger Goodell money just to talk.
Yes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I will go. I'll show this. Let me see how it appears. Tom Brady's Super Bowl retirement makes things awkward for Fox Greg Olsen. But here's a solution. There's an article on Deadspin that talks about, so Greg Olsen, who's basically a placeholder. He's holding down the number one analyst seat for Fox Sports because, this was, when Tom Brady signed that deal, it was kind of like, is he going to retire? Is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? Greg Olsen actually is a really great analyst. So in this article here on Deadspin was talking about, here's a guy who's an A-lister. Potentially he's going to get dragged. Right now, since he's on the number one team, he's getting paid $10 million a year. When Brady comes in, guess what? This guy gets bumped to $3 million a year. These are first world problems. All in all, the article says maybe they come up with a 3-person booth. Maybe. But there's been a lot of stuff that was said on whether or not Greg Olsen, he's not ready to cede his position, but I think he's stuck. He's stuck. He's stuck because he doesn't know you know, it's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, Greg was good, but he ain't Tom Brady. That's a fact.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you, either one of you gentlemen, were Greg Olson, and I want to see, Jojo, you get this WWGD?
I don't know. I think another channel would take him. Every channel is looking for a former NFL player.
Yeah.
Greg Olson was one of the great tight ends of the NFL. I remember him for the Carolina Panthers. Big ups to him.
Right.
I think he'll find a gig, maybe not for as much money. Now, is he losing any money? Does he need the money? I think when it comes to health concerns, they all need it. When it comes to taking care of the family, they all need it. When it comes to getting paid, they all want it. Who's going to take care of him? Where can he go? So this is Fox right now. Tom Brady's going to get the deal from Fox, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how many other networks are there out there?
There's several. But it's like it's musical chairs.
Yeah.
So a lot of the spots are filled.
Yep.
And honestly, I would tell Greg, start your own show.
Yeah. You just start your own show. See if you can work things out with Fox.
Matter of fact, give us a holler. We ain't even gonna break your pockets. See what you can get and have us on board. We good.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, he could go to ESPN, but
nah, ESPN's loaded.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, ESPN's loaded.
How many?
Sports loaded. CBS Sports, I don't know who they got. NBC Sports, I don't know who they got. ABC Sports, I don't know who they got. Hell, Nickelodeon is even covering football sometimes now. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's trying to branch out and do something. They can all use a former NFL player. Every major network can get something out of being with football.
That's true.
Every major network.
And ESPN will probably have him do 4 shows anyway because
it's
ESPN.
If I was you, I would go to
ESPN.
I would go to
4 shows and get paid less.
I would go to Tubi or Crackle or Paramount Plus and holler at them, see what they want.
Or
I could sit there and just read the cards while you do your football talk. We got you on that. ESPN full of people that didn't play sports, just talking.
Word.
Like I said, these are first world problems.
Yeah.
Like Charles Barkley said, they have him do ESPN, the Ocho, ESPN Deportes.
He said, Kenny said, yo, you go to sleep, you see the dude on there. You wake up, dude is still on there. He was like, oh, man.
Come on, Scott Van Pelt.
Yes.
Word.
Scott holding it down, man. Scott Van Pelt holding it down, though.
Oh, my God. Bless.
Next, bless you.
Bless you.
Next item. Waiting to hear Tony's take on Grubhub. I want to play this video. It's a 2-minute video.
Uh-oh.
I want to get your take on it.
Oh, hell.
However, you can't curse because I got to share this with our friends at AudioPort.
Sure, no problem. Let me know, please. Yeah, that's what I need to know. I'll watch it. Shout out to AudioPort.
It started as a typical Saturday night for the Stonehouse fan outside Detroit.
It's little father and son time, and mom was out at the movies with her girlfriends.
Ethan, his 6-year-old son Mason, hanging out, eating chicken sandwiches and fries for dinner before calling it a night.
He was playing with my phone for 30 minutes, and I never suspected that he was going to do what he did.
What Mason did was order food.
What's your favorite food in the whole world, Mason?
Shrimp.
$1,000 worth of shrimp and other food from his dad's Grubhub account.
5 jumbo orders of shrimp and endless sandwiches and ice cream and chili cheese fries, rice and grape leaves.
How hungry would you say you were? Were you this hungry? Were you this hungry?
Like this hungry.
That's pretty hungry, right?
You wanted $539 worth of pizza, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad wrote off the first couple of deliveries because his wife Kristen runs a bakery out of their home. But then
The doorbell continuously rang over and over again. It was just nonstop.
the execution of Mason's late night snack attack, flawless.
5 minute span, he had ordered food from every restaurant in town.
There was only one refund option.
We had to open up his piggy bank and take the money out and explain that this $20 bill covers some sandwiches and this $20 bill covers chili cheese fries.
I had 1 cent left.
The Stonehouse family delivering a ready-to-eat lesson for parents everywhere.
You think your kid's not going to do it. You think, well, he's just going to go to the app that he always goes to, and you have no idea.
Keith says the Stonehouses are now calling themselves the Leftover Family. And luckily, because Mom runs that bakery, they have 4 refrigerators that really come in handy, especially these last few days. Will Gans, ABC News, New York.
Tone, you have the floor.
As of right now, we're gonna go ahead and go Sunday Night Smoke podcast on people. Tell y'all something. That's something he would run and then do something. Dude, a G on food.
A G on food.
That's
And
crazy.
he sitting here looking like he ain't never had a whipping in his life.
Right.
Whole family would have beat me. You eating all this food until it turns colors and stinks. Don't talk about going to McDonald's. Don't want nothing from the ice cream truck. Don't try to go around the corner and don't even buy nothing from the damn snack line in school. This is what you eating. Man, $1,000?
$1,000.
It's Black History Month. Y'all know he wasn't black, right? Sorry, audio port. Let's just be 1,000, okay? And in all seriousness, Jason did that with me last year. He didn't spend that much. It was a couple times I was asleep. He would ask me to get McDonald's. So yeah, I'll get McDonald's. Daddy, can I order? So yeah, go ahead and order. Don't worry about it. I was knocked out. This dude was ordering McDonald's on my DoorDash on my phone. Y'all be careful with y'all devices with these kids. We've been talking about how they learn our devices faster than us.
Yes.
And, I mean, he'll get a little Happy Meal. He ain't crazy enough to be like he want a Big Mac or he want to go get a Whopper. He get a Happy Meal. And it'd be, I'm like, what's the doorbell ring? I'm like, boy, get my phone. But I've been hearing about stories of kids ordering stuff on the phone for 20 years. I had a friend of mine. She went out of town with her son. He ordered about $600 worth of stuff for a video game. She called me. She was like, I'm trying not to beat him. I said, don't beat him. I said, well, matter of fact, just try not to. $600
Try not
for
to.
a road trip to Disney. You better make a U-turn.
Bruh.
A G on Grubhub, and the doorbell keep ringing and ringing and ringing.
Yeah, he basically ordered every food that existed, from shrimp, the salads, the shawarma. Chicken
eats
pita
shawarma.
wraps.
Nobody has wanted shawarma since the first Avengers movie. Y'all need to stop.
Yes. Sandwiches, chili cheese fries, multiple orders of ice cream.
He
So
like
much
he ain't
that
gained, he look,
so
he
much
ain't gained
food.
a pound. He look like he ain't gained no weight. He's gonna be overweight and sleepy.
Yo, so much food was ordered that the father's bank sent him a fraud alert declining a $400 order of pizza.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Come
Oh
on.
my God.
Listen, they be training kids to do stuff when they're young. You train him how to cut grass now.
Yup.
Wash cars now.
Gotta lock
Rake
that
leaves
phone,
now.
man.
Walk some dogs. Go pet a cat. You better get a YouTube video or something.
Lock that phone and lock that app, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Don't
Yo,
ask me
this is
for
what I
nothing from
just
Apple,
don't
Android,
understand.
Galaxy, Samsung, Motorola, LG, Microsoft, nothing. Nothing. We're gonna take you back to the 80s. You get a TV with an antenna. You don't even get no cable in your room no more.
So
Come on, man.
I gotta take a swipe at the dad, because one of the hashtags I put was digital parenting. This is what happens when you put a device in a child's hand because you're focusing on something else.
But it's
Yes or
crazy.
no?
They know how to work. They know how to work them. That's the crazy part.
Right.
Yeah.
These kids know how to work this stuff, man. Yeah, we got to be careful with that as parents. Jason gets my iPad, and I watch what he watches. He plays with the kid, watches the kid videos, no problem. He can sit there all day. I'm fine. He's not going reckless. He's not trying to do all this other stuff. He try to ask me one day, Daddy, can I get? No. YouTube kids.
Yeah.
HBO Max kids. Netflix kids. You
Yeah.
9 now. So you about to be 10.
Yep.
Can I get my own tablet? No. Now, I know these other kids got them, and them parents got all them locks on there, but we saw South Park. They got the restrictions, whatever. I'm not playing around with y'all, man. I'm not playing around. I'm going to meet my friend. Who's your friend? There's someone I met on the internet. No, you ain't. Matter of fact, tell them I said, come on over.
Fact,
Yeah.
fact.
Come on, man. Y'all know what's going on with the internet and these kids. Y'all be careful. All of y'all. All of us.
Really, really be careful.
All of us. I did not get him a device yet. He will be 10 in December. He just turned 9. No. 13 at the earliest. I know your friends got it. But 13 at the earliest because they do need them for school now. I'm game for the iPads and the laptops for school. I'm game for that. The schools are giving it to them. A lot of your old devices that we have, go ahead and turn them in so they can refurbish them and give it to these kids in these schools. I think we talked about the Wi-Fi in a lot of the rural areas last year before Ted. They do need it. They need better in them areas, and them kids need computers. They can't get to school because of the weather. They stuck. I don't want them behind. It's not their fault. Give them the laptop, hook up the Wi-Fi, all the kids on the same education level. That's everybody everywhere, man. Let's be real about that.
Yeah.
Go on, so I will swap out my old devices every 2 years so they can refurbish them and pass them out. I'll pay some of that. And I've been doing that. I've been doing that for about 20 years. Every 2 years, change it over.
I'm with you.
Yeah. $1,000 on Grub Hub. I eat and I don't spend that much. It take me a month to eat all that food. I can eat it.
Dude.
Y'all seen me up in here. Play with it.
I'm not trying to get myself in trouble. I'm just going to say hands and feet. And every parent will know what I'm talking about.
Belts and slippers.
We flinging chocolates like,
bro. Y'all need to say flip flops instead of the mother names because that's the only way you're gonna get out of stay out of jail. $1,000. The judge is not gonna believe you. The judge is not gonna believe you. No, the jury won't believe you because if it was me, man, please no, don't pay that fine. Don't worry about your tax return this year.
I hear that.
Mr. B, what's going on in the world of combat sports?
Well, sir, this weekend we got ourselves some boxing, we got ourselves some MMA. As you know, boxing wise, we got Amanda Serrano. She'll be fighting this weekend as she looks to become the undisputed champ in her weight class right now. She will be facing off against, if I remember correctly, Erica Cruz to become the undisputed female women's featherweight champion. It's been a long road. There's not that many undisputed champs. Undisputed champs, really? Yeah. As far as like women's boxing, like people pay attention to, but this is a big deal, man. So she's gonna be looking to get this opportunity. I think it's for the WBA. There you go. She has the WBA. Well, her opponent has the WBA title. She got the WBC, IBF, IBO, and WBO featherweight titles. So she'll be facing her. Really good matchup. Alicia Baumgartner. I know how much you like Alicia Baumgartner, Ted. She will be facing France's Elham Mekhalid. Was 15-1. Alicia's 13-1. Alicia also has the WBC, IBF, IBO, and WBO titles. So she'll be facing for the vacant WBA strap. That's going to be a pretty good fight as well. Both of those are going to be 10 rounds, 2-minute rounds. Jesus, I wish there were 3-minute round fights for women, but they're still going with this 2-minute round stuff. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. They also got a fight between a undefeated Richardson and Hitchens He'll be defending his IBF, NABF, WBC, USNBC super lightweight titles against John Bauza, who's undefeated as well, 17-0. Sky Nicholson will be fighting Tania Alvarez for the WBC silver female featherweight title. We got Ramla Ali, who's undefeated, fighting Avril Matthew, who's 8-1 or 8-0-1 for the IBF Intercontinental Female Super Bantamweight title. There's also a couple all right fights there. The up and comers as well. There's also Ray Vargas versus Shaki Foster. That's on Showtime. I'll be at 9:00 Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Let's check out the Serrano time real quick, just so y'all folks will know. Oh shoot. Hold up. There you go. My fault. There you go. 8:00. 8:00. That's the time, and that'll be on the Zone, the Serrano card. So then we got MMA. On Bellator's end, you have Bellator got an event. It'll be on CBS. First time in a long time it'll be on CBS. It'll also be on Paramount Network. I think it'll be on Paramount Plus, so you can watch it there as well. As I mentioned before, this is a need to situation there with Bellator as far as needing to get the ratings up, and are they going to be able to stay on Showtime? Will they end up having to move or not? As we have Ryan Bader facing Fedor Emelianenko. This will be Bellator 290. The prelims are going to be on YouTube. This takes place in California. It was supposed to be a Russian card. Well, it is a Russian card, but it was supposed to be in Russia, but it's in California instead. 14 bouts. 14 bouts. 11 of them will be live on YouTube. So you can watch the preliminaries. Yes, the preliminaries are worth watching because this card is pretty stacked. You don't often get a stacked Bellator card, but when you do, appreciate it, watch it. Really good card. There's a list of fighters throughout the prelims, really good up-and-comer guys, really good established prospects, people already on the rise in the rankings. Former bantamweight champion Darian Caldwell's on the card. Who we got? Max Roshkampf, who had an unfortunate situation happen to him during 2020, the pandemic. He got picked up by the UFC. He had a fight. He quit on the stool. They cut him. Since then, he's been trying to adjust and get better. He's gotten a lot better since then. He's got an opportunity here at Bellator. Steve Murray's going to be fighting Ali Isaev, who's undefeated. People who don't know him, he won $1 million on the PFL. He competed in the PFL. He went undefeated in the PFL. He beat the favorite during that season. I think it was the 2019 season. Yeah, smoked Dennis Galsov and got his $1 million. Now he's here. I don't know why he didn't get picked up by the UFC, but he's here in Bellator. So that's pretty cool against Steve Murray, who's undefeated. Henry Corrales is going to be fighting on this card, who's an OG for Bellator for mad times. Lorenz Larkin, who fought as big as light heavyweight, who went down as small as welterweight, is now fighting as a middleweight. He's going to be fighting Mohamed Berkamov. There you go, out of Russia. As I said, majority of this card is Russia versus the world. So, but the main fights are as follows. You have Saba Homasi versus Brennan Ward. Saba Homasi fought for the UFC previously out of American Top Team. Really good fighter. Improved a lot over the years. He's fighting Irish Brendan Ward, who's 16-6. He was one of the top names in Bellator, but unfortunately, you know, life throws you, you know, life could throw some things at you, man, and you got to overcome. And this guy has been through jail, a serious drug addiction, and managed to turn that all around and come back with a vengeance. He's been on I think if I remember correctly, about a 2-3 fight win streak, and he's going to be taking this fight. If he beats Sabo Hamasi, he's right back on track to where he needs to be as far as climbing up the welterweight division rankings in Bellator, and it'll be a really, you know, feel good story. We also have 2 title fights. The main card of this starts at 9. So the first fight I just told you about, that's going to be the opener. Then there's 2 other fights. So it's 3 fights for the main card. They have 3 fights because of the 2-hour, I guess they're going to have like 2 hours or so of airtime. So that's why they have 3 fights. They've done this before, and it's worked out pretty well for them. Also, it gets a lot more viewers. Plus, it's on CBS, free TV. No. So you got Johnny Eblen. Johnny Eblen, undefeated, top prospect. A guy I really like talk about on Twitter when we talk about big-time Bellator fighters. He's defending the middleweight title after he won it from Gegard Mousasi, who's like one of the most decorated fighters in MMA because he fought everywhere. He picked up a title almost everywhere except for the UFC. But he's super talented, man. He beat that guy at 11-0. A prospect is Eblen. Eblen was a prospect and soundly beat this guy, Gegard Mousasi. Super decorated Gegard Mousasi. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go up against this guy by the name of Anatoly Tarkov. Anatoly Tarkov is 31-3. Anatoly Tarkov is a machine out of Russia. Some people who don't really know him, you're going to be quite surprised about this guy's skill. The guy got a lot of experience, fairly young still, age-wise. Not even his prime pretty much, but for the list of who's who, submissions, knockouts, pretty well-rounded. Sambo background per most Russian fighters. So it's going to be a battle of the Russian-style wrestling versus the U.S.-style wrestling. Eblen comes from a good team, American top team. So we'll see how he does. But it's a good fight. Headline, Ryan Bader versus Fedor Emelianenko. Ryan Bader, former UFC talent, the guy who tried to fight Daniel Cormier, talked all that garbage about Daniel Cormier. They could beat DC, but then got, you know, he got laid out by RIP Anthony Rumble Johnson. He got laid out by that dude. He got beat up by a couple other cats. He caught a hot streak, but the UFC just let him go anyway. Went to Bellator, picked up the light heavyweight championship. Then he won the heavyweight championship. He was a double champ for a little bit. Got beat up by Fedor's right-hand man. So now he's defending this title here in a rematch against Fedor Emelianenko. Ryan Bader's taking some losses, though. He's taking some losses in light heavyweight. It's actually been kind of mixy because he lost to Corey Anderson. Corey Anderson, who I left the UFC. He got knocked out by him. I told you he got beat by oh my God, what's his name? Oh my God, what's this guy's name, man? Yeah, hold on, I got it. There you go. Oh shoot, Nemkov, Vadim Nemkov. There you go. I'm thinking about homeboy Moldavsky. My fault. He fought Vadim Nemkov, got beat up. There's some other stuff. He beat Lyoto Machida. There you go. That was his last one. Lyoto Machida. Yeah. Well, it was Machida. Then he lost to Anderson. Then he beat Moldavsky, defending his heavyweight title. So he's fighting Fedor. Fedor's 46 right now. The legend of Pride, like the holy grail of all fighters. Like, you talk about Anderson Silva
Mhm.
and you have Fedor. They're like right there, neck and neck, as who you think is
Really?
some of the greatest guys in MMA.
Really?
You have him, you have Fedor, you got Anderson, you got John Jones. You got a lot of fighters, but your
Right.
upper echelon guys, Fedor is one of those guys, like the legend. He fought a list of who's who. He was undersized in the heavyweight division, but because he was so fast and so skilled, he was putting people away. For people who don't know, Fedor Emelianenko, legendary fights against Minotauro Nogueira, Fabricio Verdum, Mirko Cro Cop, Mark Coleman, which is a sick fight. Man, he beat up Mark Coleman, man. The legendary fight he had with Kevin Randleman, where Kevin Randleman dunked him on his head, suplexed this man on his head and neck. Most people don't get up from those things.
No, they
Fedor
don't.
managed to get back up, and not only get back up, but turn it around and submit this man within the same round. Crazy. Fedor is legend. The crazy undefeated streak he had. He came to the States. He had the epic fight on Strike Force against Brett Rogers. His brief stint in Affliction MMA. Affliction MMA had the clothes. They had the clothing gear and all that. They had the nice MMA gear and all that stuff. Trump was supporting them at that. I think he was invested with them as well. They were doing big things, but they paid a lot of people way too much money for what they were worth. But it is what it is. He had 2 title fights there. He defended his Bama title. What is it? No, not the Bama, the Whamma. It was the Whamma title. Yeah, no, this sounds like cartoon sound effects, but yeah, this is actually the titles. He knocked out, who was it? He finished Tim Sylvia in like under a minute or something like that. Washed that guy in like a matter of seconds. And then he had the fight with Andre Arlovsky, where Arlovsky was winning. Then Arlovsky tried to go for a flying knee, and Fedor put him to sleep with a right hand. Nasty stuff. But yeah, they're going to be fighting. I'm looking forward to the card because the card is great. During the same time, around 10 o'clock, the UFC will start. The UFC's card is headlined by Derek Lewis, number 7 in the heavyweight division, versus a rising heavyweight by the name of Sergey Spivak. I'm still questioning this card because it's 10 o'clock. The prelims start at 10 o'clock. There are 12 fights, 6 prelim fights. It'll start at
prelims start at 10 o'clock?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
The main card starts at 1 a.m. in the morning. Now, I know you guys are looking and wondering, what the hell, man? What's going on here?
Right.
It's in China, right?
Huh?
It's in China, right?
Nah.
Abu Dhabi?
It was supposed to be.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
It was supposed to be. But originally, this fight got they canceled it. They canceled the event, I think it was. They had to rebook it. They rebooked it. So it will be in the Apex in Vegas. But the time is because you have Chinese and Korean fighters on the card.
Gotcha.
Therefore, you have to get the viewers.
Yeah.
From that side of the globe, exactly.
Yeah, that side of the globe.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be ready to watch.
Good
so,
call,
you know,
Tim.
East Coast got to sacrifice a little bit, deal with it, because
Right.
the British, you know, UK crowds and all them, they
Yes.
got to be going through night and day to watch fights while we get to sit, you know, leisurely. But yeah, 12 fights on this card. There's a good list of good up and coming guys. Me and Micah will be talking about this tomorrow on Cope's Corner.
Okay.
You remember 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We'll be discussing this card in depth, as well as the fighters on this card. But I can tell you, there's a lot of good names on this card, a lot of quality names. The other guys that are going to be on here that are going to be fighting for contracts are based off of the series that you could watch on UFC Fight Pass. If you are a Fight Pass subscriber, then you can watch this on there. If you're not, I could recommend you get it. It's the app has improved quite a bit over the years, because before, graphics looked like you was looking out of a cardboard box, and it was kind of weird. You know what I mean? It was horrible. I mean, 2019 and you still dealing with 480p and 240. Like, come on, dog, we can't be doing this. So they really improved. yeah, they quite improved it a bit. So now you got 720p, and 1080, So, but you could watch the road to the UFC. It was a little brief series they had where they actually went to China. And they had a lot of those guys regionally fight. There was China, Korea, Vietnam, pretty much all on there fighting for contracts. So the finalists are going to be there for the 125, 135, 145, and 155 pound weight classes. The finalists, whoever win those fights, get contracts. There you go. But other than that, then you have the main card. They got a guy from the Contender Series, Yusaku Kinoshita. He'll be fighting Adam Fugit to open the main card. Then it'll be the returning Doo-Ho Choi out of South Korea, fighting Kyle Nelson. If you guys know, Doo-Ho Choi's been out for quite a bit, but it's because he has to serve the military for military services. Those dudes are super strict. You spend 3.5, 4 years out doing what you got to do to come back. He's dealt with it. Chan Sung Jung, who was a former UFC title challenger, he'd had to deal with that. And I think in a way that kind of hindered his run, because that dude's been on quite a losing streak as of late. Kind of sucks, but it takes time off your career, but you got to do what you got to do. But Doo-Ho Choi will be fighting Cal Nelson out of Canada, 13-5. Marcin Tabor, 23-7 out of Poland, will be fighting Blagoy Ivanov, 19-4. Blagoy Ivanov is an interesting character because he beat Fedor in the Sambo Championships a couple years back. One of the very few guys to beat Fedor in anything. Also, he's a national champion of Bulgaria. Also, this man got stabbed. He got stabbed a few years ago trying to travel out to this competition of some sorts. This man got stabbed bad, almost died, survived, and became a pretty big deal in the world of mixed martial arts. So we'll see how he does. He's kind of like a mini Bulgarian DC, but he fights a little bit more reckless than DC used to. So the co-main event is Da-Un Jung versus Devin Clark. Da-Un Jung's 15-3-1. Devin Clark's 13-7. Devin Clark is a guy who should be fighting at middleweight, but he fights at light heavyweight. He looks small. This guy got tree trunks for legs. He's fighting a guy out of Korea as well who is pretty good, pretty long. He's like he has an awkward build, but it'll be a good fight. Kind of young, a little bit younger, but it'll be a good fight. Co-main though, but then you got Derek Lewis. Hold on, am I pointing right? Okay, right there. Derek Lewis over here versus Sergey Spivak over here. Sergey's 12, ranked number 12. As I said, good rise. Good rise. He's pretty young. Is he 28 years old? Out of the Ukraine, but fights from Moldova. He was born in Ukraine, fights from Moldova. He does his training in Moldova, but big time wrestler. He's being quite a list of guys for his frame. He actually was the guy who sent Greg Hardy his walking papers, if I remember correctly. He ragdolled the hell out of Greg Hardy, which was kind of surprising considering how big Greg Hardy is. He ragdolled that man, beat that kid up, man, boy. send Greg Hardy back to bare knuckle boxing now. Greg Hardy's trying to have a boxing career. Oh, Greg Hardy. But yeah, man, he's gonna be out here. He's gonna have his fight. 2-fight win streak so far for this man. He beat Greg Hardy and Augusto Sakai. Good wrestling. All right, punch wise, striking wise, but his bread and butter is his wrestling. Derek Lewis. Everybody knows Derek Lewis. He has his infamous catchphrases, calling out Ronda Rousey, talking about that, Trump called him to put out the Russian guy when he fought.
Yes.
When he fought, what's homeboy's name, man? Oh, man. Volkov. There you go. When he fought Volkov, where he took off his pants and he said what he said. There's a whole bunch. He got mad at DC because DC disrespected Popeye's chicken. All that crazy stuff. But from the looks of some pictures, it looked like he's lost some weight. So we got to see tomorrow and during weigh-ins how much weight has he lost. Because I didn't watch the media stuff, but from what I heard, he lost a considerable amount of weight because he had like back pains and stuff like that previously. He's catching back spasms and a couple like leg issues and stuff like that. And I know what that's kind of like when you have a excessive amount of weight, you got to lose some of that weight to get your mobility, especially as you get older. So,
trust me, I can relate.
Yeah. So it's a good look on him. I hope he does well. The guy got one punch KO power, but he's been on the skid. 2-fight losing skid.
Yes.
And he needs a quality win here. And Sergey being ranked in the top 15 as a good quality win to get you back motivated, man. So
I think both of those losses were in Texas.
Yes, they were, sir. Yes, they were. Unfortunately, he is 2-3 in his last 5.
Yeah.
3 of those fights actually did happen in Texas. Yes. Cyril Gane beat him in Texas. Tai Tuivasa knocked him out in Texas. Sergey Pavlovich did the same. Yeah.
And he looked bad.
Yeah, he looked out of place. He looked out of place in his last fight too. Definitely. Yeah. So that's what's happening. Don't ask me no questions about Power Slap. Power Slap could go to garbage. You can throw that whole circle thing in the garbage, burn it, trash it, do whatever you want to do. The fact that you have a slap league in the same gym that people train MMA in is ridiculous. But the KOs, if you like KOs, then that's cool. But that's it. That's all. That's all. Yeah.
Tone?
Oh, no.
Only
I just read the headline.
Wants to move past sex. Again.
What stopped them last time?
the last word right there. Before
again,
that's what happened.
So the CEO of OnlyFans wants you to know her $1 billion a year business isn't just about sex anymore.
All right, why don't you do that Playboy and get some articles in there? $1 billion a year, I might as well just leave it at sex. Just make sure it's consensual and nothing coerced, blackmailed, extorted, set up, pried, drugged, none of that mess. You got $1 billion a year. Clean it up, add some news, add some content, do the weather, do the regular news. Make some reality TV. Get out of here. Go ahead.
So Fortune magazine published a story this week with this headline. They want to, to let you know that their business is more than just about, sex anymore. So it's a good story, which you should read, but I feel obligated to note that the main argument the CEO makes is the same one that her predecessor, Tim Stokely, tried to make 2 years ago. OnlyFans is best known as a platform for sex workers, but it was trying really hard to court celebrities, fitness instructors, and creators of all stripes. It created an app that would have no nudity and ban porn on all the service altogether before reversing course. But when it tried to raise money, investors couldn't get past the sex. And
No,
when
they
he
can't.
tried to court celebrities, most of them couldn't get past the sex. It's not clear if this has changed, but the company is reaching out anew to celebrities, athletes, TV producers to make programming for its nudity-free app, OFTV, according to people familiar with the company's plans. So the question, is it good timing? You know, many of other creator-based companies like Patreon and Cameo are having a hard time. Whether or not this works, OnlyFans makes a huge profit every year.
They can expand what they got beyond sex and be fine. That's exactly what the title is. It isn't just about sex anymore because there are people who are making money up there without any sexual content.
Correct.
This is true. What's up, Helen? See you over there. Anyone can have OnlyFans that have any content, but the problem is the reputation is for sex. So there are some creators that just can't go on there, and I would agree with that.
Hey, Helen, how you doing?
Yep.
I agree with what she's saying, but
man.
they can't expand beyond it. I use Playboy as an example, and all jokes aside, everybody knows Playboy for the nudity, but people also know they had great articles. They had excellent reviews back in the late 80s or early 90s for having outstanding articles.
Yeah.
So Playboy ran its course beyond just sex, and there was more articles than sex or nudity in their magazines. And that's real talk. So OnlyFans, I would almost tell you to kind of follow a little bit of their format, but do it in your own way.
Yeah.
You've got 1 billion people with ideas to help you not only maintain the profit, but to increase it. I don't see a problem. I don't know what happened last time. People have to get over the stigma, and that's going to be up to you to build that reputation. Once again, you've got plenty of ideas out there everywhere.
Yeah.
There's plenty of ways to do things without having sexual content. Allowing people to be themselves, and you having something called OnlyFans, it's like it makes sense and profit to me. Honestly.
Yeah. Highlight the other stuff that's there besides the sex stuff as well. Yeah. Because you got people
I
trying
ain't
to
on
get
the damn
you.
app. I ain't on the
So-
damn app. I'm gonna lie to you.
But so tell me this.
I was going
Both of
to.
you, tell me this. Helen says the problem is that that's its reputation.
Yeah.
Yes.
When it's your reputation and it's ingrained and it's, you know, it's known for, you know, what it's known for, you know, people getting wild and you know, buck wild. How do you get out of that? What do you do to change?
Be yourself and be entertaining doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. So you gotta do it.
So her question is, can you imagine someone like Rick, meaning Reverend Rick, or anyone, any gaudy people starting an OnlyFans? His current fan base would have an uproar just because of its rep.
And then the question would be, what would his new fan base be like?
That's true. Oh,
the
man.
stereotype and the stigmas where they're correct at. Or how you
Yeah.
present yourself, even on that platform, regardless, is where the
Yeah.
play comes from. Look at
That's right.
music. Every different genre added to music.
Yeah.
Every
True.
different genre.
Yeah. I tell you, I was gonna start an OnlyFans, man.
Oh boy.
I told you after when Periscope died, I was instantly thinking about it. Like, yo, I got to do an OnlyFans. Yo, when they told me about Hobbs, that's what saved me from doing an OnlyFans. I was dead set. I was like, yo, I'm gonna do OnlyFans. I'm gonna have the events. I'm gonna sit there and talk my MMA talk, and I was gonna be it. I was gonna sit there and chill.
With no shirt on.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to sell, man. I'm telling you. Nah, man, but I get it. You gotta get the You got to get people to focus on the other things besides just the sex, man. That's what it is.
It's true.
Especially with the fact that every app, every social media spot pretty much has someone or a group or something promoting sex. You know what I mean?
Because it sells.
Yeah, sex sells.
That's a given. That's the controversy sells. That's a given.
Yeah, man. Come on now. You have
How long
cooking
are you going to
shows.
sell for is the question. How long are you going to sell for?
Yeah. So, you gotta do that. Hey, if DJ Khaled made a successful OnlyFans, you gotta do your best and do that too. You know what I mean? And he's out there talking about walking and motivation and keys and food and you know what I mean? He got
I work hard. I work hard.
I work hard. They don't believe in me, but God did. You know what I mean?
They didn't want me to have another anthem, so I had another anthem. That was my day.
So you gotta try to work your way around it, man. But it's just crazy how they're trying to move away from it. They're mostly successful because of the people who sell sex on the app. You know what I mean?
Sex. People want to see sex.
On the site. So you had, and I hate using her as an example, man. But look at that bad baby, from Dr. Phil, the homegirl from Dr. Phil. Catch Me Outside.
Catch Me Outside.
Yeah, Catch Me Outside. Yes, Catch Me Outside was 13 years old on Dr. Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As soon as Catch Me Outside hit 18, she made an OnlyFans. Catch Me Outside is making 7 to 8 figures off of OnlyFans.
Who's she sleeping with?
Just her.
Oh, that's
you have all these
making that money without being with nobody.
Yeah.
See, that's what we're talking about. You don't have to be sexual. You just got to be yourself.
But she's selling types of stuff, but dudes just came out the woodwork. Oh, yeah. And you're like, Jesus Christ, bro, come on, relax.
Let him go. Let him go. Go ahead.
And they make it a profit. But then it just could. I guess it's kind of like they feel bad because they want to do other things outside of that, but they're gonna be known for that. It is what it is.
But she's not known for sexual content. She's never been known for sexual content. That's very what we just talked about.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
You're up there for being yourself. You've never been sexual. You turned legal. You stayed away from sexual. And you still making 7 or 8 figures. Salute to her. Salute to her for real. I can respect that. Nothing against anybody who wants to go up there and be sexual. Go ahead. They're gonna pay you. Go ahead. There's a woman up there cutting her toenails, making 50 G's a month. I heard.
Yeah.
They
show feet. You out there making money selling feet.
I've seen some of the feet on TikTok. I ain't mess with them folks. I've seen some of the feet on TikTok. Y'all go ahead on with that mess. Man.
Yeah, the foot obsession. I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
Clean y'all's feet, man. When they pull the skin back and you got like. I ain't going there. Go ahead, Ted. We gotta keep your audio pulled out.
Yo.
Till they stink.
How many times can you wear pajamas, jeans, or other clothes without washing them?
Till they stink.
Joe?
Jeans? Jeans is like pajamas. You gotta. I wear pajamas. You gotta jump pajamas. Jeans is like probably like twice, and it can't be back to back. You gotta be like, it can't be back to back. That's what it is. Like you can't wear back to. Yeah, that's what I'll tell you. But other clothes I gotta wash those clothes.
Dirty. And I still do that as an adult. I've worn these like 3 nights in a row. So I need to know if as adults we're still doing that, or should I be literally making dirty clothes every single night? Are we wearing pajamas multiple nights? What's the situation? I need to know if people wear pajamas multiple nights in a row. When I was younger, my parents always made us wear pajamas more than multiple nights in a row because they weren't dirty. And I still do that as an adult. I've worn these like 3 nights in a row.
I hear that.
So the question comes down to how many times can you wear pajamas, jeans, or other clothes without washing them? You know, is there appropriate number of times that you should wear them? Is there specific folklore? You know, we get into a person's upbringing versus
What they can afford.
yes.
Yeah.
I think there's two different answers to this because there's an answer before the pandemic and after. Well, before, during, and after. Because everyone, well, I know a lot of people, you know, transitioned over to sweatpants and shorts and all this other stuff. I think it comes down to we'll all agree on whether or not do you sweat?
Yeah.
Some people do sweat. I will say with the illness rating of the globe, so you don't get any strikes, any restrictions or whatever, I would suggest you change everything every day. It's still here and it's still going around.
Helen says, if you shower every day, your clothes shouldn't get that stinky. Just saying, jeans can go several days without being washed. They take about 3 days to dry.
In the humid atmosphere, she's correct.
Yeah.
Underwear must be changed every
Must.
Yeah, that's a mandatory.
Must.
Underwear and socks.
Must. You can't go to bed with none on and have in front of the fans how much you air them out for the next day. You can't do that. You can't do that, all right?
Come on, man. You can't do that.
Just saying. Some people don't sweat, but your body, as far as your vital areas, if you will,
yeah,
the genitalia
hold some. Yeah, you gotta take. You gotta. You know, your armpits, crotch,
right,
around your neck, behind some of y'all's dirty ears, up your noses. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Because I'm gonna use a big word here, man. People ain't trying to be, you know, interactive with your microbiome. There you go.
Nah.
There you go.
Like I said, it's still around. We're waiting on another one. They got a new variant every day. Guess why? Some of y'all ain't washing that. If you can't afford it, we're not talking about you. I'm gonna talk about the people who can't afford it, who could do it every week. Y'all clean your stuff up, man.
So there's no hard and fast rule on how many times you should wear clothes again.
But definitely wash y'all's nasty feet.
There are a few types that should be washed after every use: underwear, socks, tights, leggings,
yes,
activewear.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely.
You know, so this advice applies to the other clothes. You know, any other clothes with stains, with sweat, that have odor, visible dirt, the kind of clothes that are on a part of your body
that holds and absorbs moisture. Stop
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
You are a walking microbiological threat.
Yes. Yes.
Clean your undercarriage every day, people.
Every day.
Bits and bits.
And don't be trying to get away with it during the summer. No, it's not cool.
No, it's the winter that you try to get away with it because they let that breeze blow. Nah.
Summer coming, y'all guys want to talk about. I only take a shower twice, 3 times.
Chlorine isn't killing everything yet. Y'all stop playing out there, man.
What about, do I need, so I'm going to challenge Helen because she said jeans can go several days without being washed. Ready? Ready for it? What if I don't wear underwear? What if I don't wear underwear and I have my jeans on?
Oh, man.
You use the bathroom, don't you?
Oh, my God.
Y'all jokers of both genders are drip drying out there. Stop it. Wash the jeans. I'm trying to behave, man. You know, I'm just saying it's
that's out of line. That's out of pocket.
It ain't out of pocket. You go sit, you go cross your legs, leak. skin flake scratch. Get out of here. Like everybody
out here. You ain't wiping properly. You got on your jeans.
If you go commando, they should be washed more frequently then. Put some drawers on.
Exactly. You can't be walking out here in public with mud butt. Get out of here.
You're gonna mess around, let the wrong one slip out, and they ain't gonna be alone. Keep it up.
There's a swamp crack, all that.
Right. You ain't gotta wear the pins, but you're gonna wish you depended on buying some underwear after that, and then keep it up.
Bump.
Be stuck standing on the traffic jam and oops.
For real.
All right. 2 more items, and we're done. I got a bold prediction.
There we go.
On Spotify's podcasting strategy. I've been doing all different types of research, about with Spotify and with the things that have been happening with them. My bold prediction is they are going to abort their podcasting strategy.
No, I doubt it.
Because, think about it. The company, Spotify, owns the largest music service in the world, right?
Okay.
More than 450 million people use it. Almost 200 million people pay for it. Spotify has a much larger share of the audio business than Netflix does in video.
That's a lot.
And its single biggest competitor, YouTube, isn't technically in the audio business. And yet, it has lost money every year. So none of the other streaming services turn a profit either, and that's what happens when you pay music rights holders about 70% of your sales in exchange for their songs.
Yeah.
So it always seems inevitable that Spotify would figure this out. How can one company have that many users who love its product and not make any money?
They're not paying for it.
If you think about it, here's one of the main bold predictions. At the end of this year, Joe Rogan's contract comes to a close. His exclusive contract with Spotify comes to a close. I'm going to say he leaves and goes back to YouTube.
Just might, yeah.
Not
even just might. Yeah, he probably will. More likely will.
He's not doing up, giving them their money back already as it is. He lost that lawsuit. It was $1 billion lawsuit he lost.
Listen, the executive, not executive, exclusive podcast from the Obamas, which was a dud with Spotify. Some of the stuff with the Kardashians. I don't know. I just don't see the strategy itself working. And I think they get out of that exclusive business. Because like I said, it's not profitable. Hold on. Spotify don't pay artists enough. You need hundreds of thousands of plays to make a few dollars.
Yeah.
I think it's something like, wow, per
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
That's how much they're getting paid per song being played, which isn't a lot. That's why you got a lot of songs in constant rotation.
Right. Because if you think about it, and Tony, I just want to jump in here. It's like the haves and have-nots. There's the Rogans, there's the Call Me Daddy, there's certain podcasters, and then there's everybody else. There's all of us.
Yeah.
And I just think they realize that creating like new original hit podcasts is almost impossible.
Yeah, new and original is almost impossible.
That's a fact.
I think it's started to think of itself more like YouTube. This company is funding these original shows, but it's it's more interesting being a platform that every podcaster uses than the studio or an exclusive rights holder. So, I mean, think about it. It now distributes almost 5 million podcasts and says it wants to reach 50 million creators.
So basically, I need to go sign up with Spotify.
Potentially. You know, I think this much. The revenue is moving in the right direction. I just think, you know, it's all about ad dollars and them working on their ad business. I just think the exclusive podcasters and, you know, the best of the best, I think that strategy is going to fall apart.
Right.
At some point, yeah. You gotta pay them.
Guys, any thoughts on Spotify and podcasting and the like?
Go ahead, Joe. I ain't going front. I don't know.
Well, as you said, though, there's the upper echelon pods. There's a lot of other pods. I know quite a bit of people who do a lot of podcasting on Spotify. They don't do mostly long podcasts. They do a lot of short podcasts, I guess. They branch out through a lot of different avenues, you know what I mean? Yeah, after a while, you're gonna have a whole lot of them, and people looking trying to make profit. How you gonna try to make profit? You know, that's the whole thing. Because one thing to put your time in was it making that profit,
right?
And you can't make profit unless you're one of those really big time folks, where they're gonna say, "Okay, we gotta single you out from these guys, and we gotta make sure we got you and we keep you here."
Right.
Yeah, but as you say, you got a lot of artists, a lot of music, a lot of labels to deal with. You got the label people to deal with somewhat. You have the artists to deal with. And then you got to have to deal with trying to pay those folks and pay these folks and pay. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know, I think at some point, somewhere, I think Tidal was trying to do that at one point, you know.
Right.
Tidal had to do a whole lot of other stuff to try to make sure they could get that lean way, you know what I mean? That middleman, that not middleman, but see that type of profit of some sort. Because even though you had the music, you still had a couple. So they had a couple things on there, some like pod shows, pod stuff, but you have to have something in there to create that extra revenue where everybody gonna see. You know what I mean? Everybody can make smiles and be like, "All right, cool, we got this. We got this. We can make everything work." But you know, because I was gonna do, what is it? What's that joint Spotify had? The green, what is it? The green room, was it?
Green room.
Yeah, the green room. Yeah.
All of that's dead. Spotify Live. I think all of that's dead.
All that stuff I was gonna do like ages ago. I was thinking about it, but then I was like, nah, because everybody jumped on those things. That's the problem.
Everyone. And it was just wild. It was just like out of control.
Yeah, so you know, everybody jumped on it. It was too much hassle, too much problems to deal with. And it's like, yo, can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah.
Helen says her podcast is called Knob Static. True story. He also says Spotify has a terrible rep with musicians, but is a platform that has the best layout and superb for discovering new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I said, and you guys know, nothing against Spotify. I use Spreaker/iHeart.
Yeah.
I mean, they basically all, we're at the point now they're basically doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a matter of what platforms you can go to.
Right.
Yeah.
Last item.
Oh,
Early thoughts on a big game. You got the Kelsey Bowl. You got Andy Reid strikes back. You got
Kelsey Bowl.
Kelsey
Right.
Bowl.
He said that. He said that.
Both brothers on there, yeah.
Any early predictions?
I told you, man. Even though Kansas City's out there, my fault. Even though Kansas City is there, man, I might have to put them big bucks on Philly. I might have to do that. But as I said before, man, the Travis Kelsey, man, I don't know what's up with that guy, man. That guy is something special. Oh man,
I'm gonna take
Always
Philly. Philly got less injuries than Kansas City right now.
that is true as well,
From
though.
what I'm saying, Philly got to score at least 30 points to stand a chance in this game, and I think their defense could stop that offense a little bit if at all possible, unless they get to the red zone. Philly scoring 30 points, they're going to win. That's about the best I can do right now. That's a pretty tough call because they got to make it to 30.
They got to make it to 30.
Because Kansas City will make it to 30 on you.
Yeah, and unexpectedly as well.
Mm-hmm.
From unexpected, from out of nowhere, those dudes, man.
They keep
People
scoring.
are
Like
so
they score so easily. They got so many offensive weapons. It's going to come down to Philly's secondary. That front four for Philly defense is going to be sick. That secondary's got to hold it down afterwards. The short pass killed the Bengals last year. It will kill Philly this year. But Philly will hit you. Philly's going to rush you and they're going to hit you. So if you catch the ball, expect to get hit something serious. But if they catch the ball and run past you, I just don't know how fast a bunch of them dudes on Philly are. I haven't paid that much attention, so I got to watch. I got to see. But it's looking like Philly to me right now. Mahomes ain't 100%. Y'all saw his leg last game. Y'all saw him limping. He's limping every damn year.
Both QBs are kind of, they're both kind of iffy.
Every damn year.
Yeah.
I don't know who Kansas City's backup quarterback is.
I don't think they have one.
Right.
They had one. Did they have one?
Everybody.
Yeah, they have to have one.
I don't know his name, though.
Everybody got one. We just don't know who it is. Good night, Helen.
Yeah,
Take
that's
care.
what I'm saying. I don't know who.
Take care, lady. That's
That's
just a safe call, and we still got time. I mean, I'm quite sure that they'll be healthy by the second week. 2 weeks to recover, which is a lot of time. Recover, rehab, rest. I don't want to say don't practice, but they need to heal up because everybody's going into that game amped.
right.
So Kansas City, if I was you all, I would let everybody rest their butts off. Whoever's healthy, get out there and practice. If you're injured, lay back, rehab, get as close to 100% as possible for game day. Don't take no unnecessary risks. Don't take no unnecessary. This is the Super Bowl, and y'all waiting to go back. Mahomes going to get on that field because he got that contract, and I don't blame him one bit. You pay me $400 million. Go ahead and give me the adamantium and go ahead and $6 million man me real quick.
Yeah.
Just real. Because, I mean, he's a dual sport athlete. He came in young. They guaranteed him 10 years. He ain't got to worry about money for the rest of his life. He's got his family. He's got his fan base. He's comfortable. That's a loyal area. And Philly is hungry for another Super Bowl. They are not known for going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so
They are going for their second one, and they are a favorite. They have been a favorite since the beginning of the season. A lot of people's eyes, not just mine. So we got a game this on the second, not this Sunday, but the Sunday after.
The following week, yeah.
Yeah, we got a serious Super Bowl coming. So I'm gonna need everybody to get as 100% as possible.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if you're up right now, go to sleep.
Right. Everybody get the animanium. You get the
go and get the animanium, go and get the vibranium.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Go and talk to the ancestors, glory to Hanuman and all that. Pick up Disney Plus for bringing Wakanda Forever up there. I will be watching it this weekend. Word is Bon Jovi, all that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm definitely
I'm gonna stop talking about that. I'm still mad we ain't got Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. They held your legacy in that movie, bro.
Yep.
They held your legacy down. Straight up, and they carried the storyline. Good movie. Stop hating on it. Big ups to Marvel. DC, you did your thing with Black Adam. I know I got to go to bed. This one I'll stay up late because then I start rambling. I'm going to blame them. They know I got to get up in the morning. We don't want to start till the sun got to go down.
Here we go.
These jokers here, boy.
Black Adam.
Here we go, Black Adam.
Black Adam was good work. A lot of controversy behind that movie. We need to look into that one day, too. Did you jokers, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this, please. Did y'all see the story today that came out about 5:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time?
No.
There is a balloon that is
Yes.
floating
Yes.
over the United States.
Yes.
Apparently belongs to China, and we didn't shoot it down. Because
Yep.
somebody out there tell me what in the hell we doing?
I don't
Yo,
know.
they think
How
Buddy
did the
Buddy was China,
balloon
bruh.
get over here from China?
I don't know.
And it's hanging over Montana.
And it's not shot down yet.
They say it's not a threat to the weather or to any type of it's
Says
not a
who?
military threat, it's not a weather threat.
That's who.
Y'all wildin'. Y'all wildin'. They ain't
Hear
wildin'.
about this. Yes.
Shoot that down.
If a
Shoot that
stranger
down.
walks in a neighborhood, people call the police. But y'all gonna let a balloon fly over the United States? A
What's
weather
that?
balloon.
What's wrong with you?
I'm about to do the air love on y'all. Come on,
We got
son.
some questions. We got some
Get out of here with
questionable
that
things.
noise.
We got some things to think about, man. Come on, man. Tell you, man.
I'll be watching the news. I'll be watching these headlines, man. I'm let me stop. Go ahead, man. We over an hour.
Man, when he tried to be buddy with China, now he letting China do whatever, man. Hey, there's an issue. There's an issue going on.
China's doing plenty. You see what's going on in Australia?
Oh,
Doing too much.
yes.
I ain't got time. I ain't got time tonight. I ain't got time.
Yes. It's like China coming back to collect, man. I don't know what the
Yes.
hell's going on. I don't know what's going on. It's spooky on these streets, man.
Mr. B, where can we find you, man?
You know the deal, man. You know where to find me, man. Find me on Twitter at Mr. B 1986. New Year, same B at Mr. B 1986. I tweet stuff. I know I've been kind of busy, but I tweet stuff, combat sports stuff, my thoughts and all that, retweets, all that crazy stuff. Catch me on OK Live. Account name meets Mr. B. Watch fights on the weekend. Come through, watch fights, hear some commentary, get some laughs, learn some stuff. I'm on Pokecha, Mr. B, but I gotta get more on there.
Yeah, he ain't been up there but once.
I've been up there like 2-3 times. What are you talking about? Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
I seen you once.
I wasn't. I see you seeing me there. I see. Well, I was there twice, and I was there with TK, and I gotta get back on there because I talked to that guy a little bit. But yes, I have to get on there and be on there. So I'll be on there. And yeah, I'll be with Mike, man. I'll be with Mike. Randomly, I'm here. I'm here with Ted, late night parent, of course. Catch this. It's a wonderful podcast, man. With these wonderful gentlemen. We have the other gentleman, but he's not here. I don't know where he's at. He's
Brian.
He's out here. Yes, man.
A couple of the gentlemen is probably occupied right now.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully.
Definitely. But you know, I got the podcast with Mike, Cope's Corner, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Cope's
Friday.
with a K.
Yes.
Cope, what's good, man? How you doing, bro?
Corner with a K.
Yes, with the K, KK, yes.
Yes.
Cope's Corner, KK, yes. He got a Twitter as well, Cope's Corner MMA. We're on there Fridays. Unless there's no UFC on the weekend, then we take the week off. But we're on there. We give you picks, betting tips, and we do the rundowns, breakdowns of all the UFC events that take place at the time, whether it's pay-per-views or fight nights. We do talk a little bit random stuff in between. We do go on tirades about certain fighters and stuff like that as well. But yeah, it's entertaining, man. But catch that. That's all, man. That's all.
Got it. Tone, on your various platforms,
Yes, sir.
what are some of the names that we can follow you?
Yeah, man.
You can find me on Twitch, TONYTON72. You can find me on Twitter, TONYTON163, as you see on the bottom. You can see me on Instagram, TONYTON72. You can find me on TikTok, TONYTON19723. I'm going to be a little extra tonight. Tomorrow night or Saturday, one day this weekend, I do plan on doing a History Month broadcast. I would ask everybody stand by for that. A little bit of celebration, a little bit of acknowledgments Just something I got on my head. I'm trying to put together mentally so I can get the show going right. You do see me on Nonsensical Nonsense podcast with Jeff Hawk. Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, 6 p.m. We will not be on Saturday. I might do it by myself, but the other two guys are going to be busy with family. Much respect to that, first and foremost. If I got time, I got Jason with me this weekend, so I probably won't, but I might do a little something up there. Sunday morning, Bill King's Fantasy Football League. Yes, fantasy football season is over, but we do still talk football out of recreation.
Bell Kings continues. Yes,
Bell Kings continues. Big ups to Fireman Rich. He's got the morning coffee on Twitch, 05:30 a.m. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Y'all check him out. He's been a supporter of mine. I am a supporter of his. He also supports Ted. We all look out for each other's live streamers and broadcasters, all jokes aside. Big ups to Fireman Rich for real. We are looking into covering XFL and USFL games. I've been saying AFL for a while. My apologies, but we're looking at covering those somewhat.
Now Arena Football is back.
Huh?
Arena Football League is back.
Yeah, Arena Football League is going to be coming soon. So, yeah, we're going to be looking at all that. So, we may be able to continue Sunday broadcast on the regular throughout the calendar year, which will be a plus. It's something that I was trying to put together and see if it will work. You all have helped me to continue. And I'm grateful. You, Ace, Rich, Glick, Brian, Nancy, Rehab, Golf, everybody, all who's in the league. I thank all of y'all that was coming in, checking it out. Helen, Stephen Wonder, all my former Hass folks, all of y'all that was checking me out, helping me out, being supportive. I thank all of y'all. That's why I keep the community together, man. We helping each other. Everybody got to follow each other, support each other straight up. I'm having a good time with it, and I thank everybody. Definitely see me at latenightparents.com with Ted. Ways to follow the show, ladies and gentlemen. latenightparents.com. Check it out. I'm on Poker Shot, like JoJo said. I'm up there sporadically. I'm watching people more than I'm broadcasting, but I do broadcast up there. All of my former platform cohorts. I done told y'all. Go on. I done told y'all. Come on. Yep, man. JoJo Malai.
Nah, he's telling the truth.
Thank you. Thank you,
man. 100%.
So, don't. Just don't.
Super support, man.
YouTube. I haven't thrown that out there. Tony D 7444. Looking for followers, looking for subscribers. A lot of what I do on Sundays, you'll see it on Twitch, you'll see it on Twitter, you'll see it on YouTube as well. Check me out over there. Definitely Sunday Night Smoke podcast with Sundays with Ace World when he does his thing, 7:30-ish. And I will say ish on purpose. He has things going on. He tried to do a broadcast when he can. Everybody's welcome to join. What else we got? Damn, that is a lot.
That is a lot.
I have been doing a music stream broadcast. Please check me out on Miss Cloud, Tony Dandridge. You'll see some of the broadcasts that I've done. If you don't know where it is, it's on my Twitter. You'll see the link. Check out the music. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you feel. Let me know if you enjoyed it or not. Just some things I was putting together. I am rebroadcasting some of my old music broadcasts like on Haps. Just giving it better audio and video quality. A lot of the old ones, I can see some of the glitches and it drives me nuts. So I want to fix what I did. That was a little bit of fun. What else we got? That's pretty much it. I'm going to work. My health is better. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, so I'm gonna get back on the grind to work. So I'm stop hanging up at night with a bunch of these folks on the internet who like to argue all the damn time and ain't got nothing else to do but start stuff with people and don't know how to act right and always want to have something to gossip about because you don't want to get out the damn house. And then you look at what else? That almost slipped out. Sorry. What else we got?
Shout out to Airtime.
Big ups to my Airtime family. Big ups to my Airtime family. Y'all know I love y'all.
We don't do shout outs. We don't do shout outs.
Y'all know I love y'all as much as y'all drive me nuts. Y'all know I love y'all. The bunch y'all shown me love. That's why I do what I do and take the blows that I've taken. But
man,
damn it, I'm getting tired. Been 9 months since the former platform died in a couple of days. Somebody could have had a baby by now. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Word. Hashtag.
I was just looking at Restream for some of the extra platforms. Did y'all see who's on Restream and StreamYard? Well, just who's on Restream Extra right now? That's in beta?
No.
TikTok and Instagram. And Amazon Live. Shout out to EvMux. EV as Rich tells me they pronounced it properly. I like that platform. I just noticed a lot of people don't go to Twitter. I'm noticing a lot of people do not go to Twitter on the multi-streaming platforms. Check out Sunday's broadcast, some of the advice, some of the ways we're looking at multi-streaming, live streaming, podcasting, broadcasting, all of that good stuff. We do this as a hobby. We do it for looking to monetize. What's happening with everybody out there? Get at us.
Right, sir. Right, indeed.
Wow.
Get at us. We're not playing, and you can see it yourselves.
Two providers I want to give a shout out to is Global Community Radio.
Word.
Big shout out to you guys, and to 92.7 WRAQ. Thank you, Don, for all that you do and
what's happening,
how you supported the podcast. And once again, to Audioport, and as Tony mentioned before, ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com. Go to the site. Everything's there. Enjoy. Want to thank you guys again for an extra long episode. This is like an episode and a half.
Right. I want to say 3 episodes.
Right. Well, I mean, if you Tuesdays we do 30 minutes. Thursdays we usually do an hour, but you know, did a show and a half or a stream and a half. And want to thank my good friend Danny Thompson. We discussed.
Big up to Danny. I saw him the other night. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked WNBA. Strictly WNBA, because there's some things happening in there. Couple super teams being built right before our very eyes with the Las Vegas Aces and New York Liberty. So
I know school's coming to the Liberty.
Yes,
I like that. She got game. I like that.
Come in there. I mean, they've got a super team. So
Shout out to Candace going to the Aces.
Yeah, so a lot of good stuff. Want to thank you guys as always for taking the time out of your evening to join, because you didn't have to do it, but you did, and I do definitely appreciate you guys. And with that,
You always have, man. It's an honor.
Yeah,
I will lose sleep to come up here. I've been telling you that for almost 2 years now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
I appreciate you, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
We out.
Peace.